What's going on, my friend? It's Jeff Newport from ChasingStrength.com. And in today's video, we are going to discuss what I consider to be the most transformative level 4 kettlebell exercise. Okay. And I'm going to give you 10 reasons to make my case so you can get on board with me. All right. But just like everything else, you can see from these comments, I don't ask you just to trust me or believe me. I ask you to test this stuff out for yourself so you can see if it's true or not, or whether it's just a big old steaming pile of you know what. So, often people ask me, what do I think are the best? We air quotes, we introduced air quotes in that last video, the best kettlebell exercises to do. And if you watched our last video, and if not, please go back and watch it. We discussed the top 3 level 4 kettlebell exercises, which were the double front squat or the DFSQ, the double military press or the DMP. We also introduced abbreviations in our last video. And we also have the double clean, right? The DCL. And the reason those 3 are the quote unquote best, air quotes again, exercises is they're basically the foundation of all your level 4 exercises. From there, you'll have a base from which to build and launch all the other double kettlebell exercises like the push press, the jerk, the snatch. What else have we got in there? High pull, although, yeah, I'd say high pull because that comes from the clean. And then we can tack the swing on the back end. So there's that, right? But if you ask me, what's the most accessible, right? The one exercise that pretty much anybody can do, and therefore it would be the most transformative level 4 exercises. Ones that pretty much anyone with some sort of single kettlebell proficiency. Man, I am just stumbling over my words today. Probably got to get some more water. Hold on here. I wish I could tell you this is some kind of special water. We could do some kind of product shill here, but it's just filtered water from my Berkey filter, which there's the product pitch, right? Berkey water filters, no chlorine, no fluoride. Anyway, so back to a particular level 4 kettlebell exercise. If you ask me, if you like push me up against the wall and said, okay, pick one, it would be the double kettlebell clean and press. And if we're going to use our abbreviations, it would be the DC and P, right? Or the DCP maybe. All right, let's just call it the clean and press. So from here on out, let it be thus forth known that we are calling the double clean and press, at least in this video, the clean and press. Okay, so let's talk about this a little bit, all right? And then I'll give you the 10 reasons. While it's true that the original Soviet research on kettlebells that Pavel Satsulin promoted and showed us, God, when was that? I think it was probably back 2000, 2002, somewhere in that time frame, that area. Most of the original research for the kettlebell efficacy for using kettlebells was done on the clean and jerk, with a pair of kettlebells and the single kettlebell snatch. The reality is most Americans and most Westerners, I'd say most Americans especially guys, we just don't have the thoracic spine mobility and the shoulder health to be able to do the clean and jerk, right? And honestly, most guys just don't have the patience to do what it takes to get that mobility in the T-spine and the shoulder in order to reap the benefits of the jerk. So, but most can get the benefits necessary from the press, and they can do a little bit of groundwork in order to recapture the press if they lost it. It's much easier to recapture your press than it is the jerk. Okay. So that being said, let's cover the top 10 reasons, or maybe just 10 reasons in no particular order, why I think the clean and press with a pair of kettlebells, the DC and P or the DCP, whatever we want to call it, right, is the most transformative level 4 kettlebell exercise or exercises. Technically, it's 2 exercises put together, so that makes it a compound exercise, right? So why this level 4 kettlebell exercise is the most transformative exercise you can do. All right. So number 1, don't make me do the fingers thing here either. I'm just going to slap it up on the screen. You'll see like a big fat 1 somewhere. All right. So the clean, it teaches you how to absorb shock, which recruits more muscle fibers via what we call isometric contractions or muscle actions. And it teaches you how to resist movement. So it builds more muscle compared to level 1 exercise like the swing. It also works the elbow joint or joints, since we're using both arms, right, through their full ranges of motion, working the biceps harder. So as your arms go back underneath your body, the biceps get put on an extreme stretch. Okay, you have to use your grip to resist the extension of the elbow. Okay. And that makes your biceps work harder. So, it's possible for some guys to develop some guns, right? The gun show from doing a pair of kettlebells in the double kettlebell clean. Okay. So, number two, because of this, you're going to burn more calories, which makes the clean and press great for stimulating fat loss. Number three, the clean and press requires more power than most swings because it travels further. Okay, instead of traveling out here, let's see if I can do this. Instead of traveling here, they're actually coming up here into the rack. Okay, so again, more power, and you're working more muscle fibers in the upper body than you would with, say, just a swing. Okay. All right. So let's see. Where are we here? We're at number four. So number four, I got a little checklist over here to the side of my screen. Okay. So number four, we're going to clean, when you clean the kettlebells into the rack, it makes the muscles of your upper back work harder than just by swinging a kettlebell. Okay. So therefore, they're going to get stronger and bigger. And again, you have a pair kettlebells versus just a single kettlebell, right? Number five, the rack makes your core, your abs, your midsection, your torso, whatever you want to call it. It makes that musculature work harder. And that's because you're ending up in the rack, like I just said, right? Just want to make sure we're clear there. So the muscles of your core, your abs, your torso, whatever you want to call it, they get stronger and more defined from extra work, right? Makes good sense. Okay, let's enter the back half here. Number six. Pressing overhead works your abs more than just supporting a weight overhead. And that's because your body has to constantly adjust to an increasing and decreasing center of mass. Okay. So if we look at a press here, right, compared to just holding your arm up over your head with a Turkish get-up, okay, your abs have to work harder. That's if we're comparing apples to apples. Make sense so far? Okay, good. Even if it doesn't, we're going to say good, and you're going to keep going with me into number seven. So pressing overhead also works your shoulders, your arms, right? The back of your arms, your triceps, okay, in the press, and the front of your arms, your biceps, believe it or not, in shoulder elevation. That's one of the movements that the long head of the bicep is responsible for. Works your upper back, your lats, which is the muscles down the side of your back that get work doing pull-ups, which gives you that V taper. All right. And it works those muscles through a full or close to full range of motion. And when I say those muscles, I mean all the muscles we just described, not the lats. Okay. Not necessarily just the lats. All right. And now this is especially true when you compare it to a level one kettlebell exercise, like the Turkish get-up. Okay. Number eight, your heart gets more work because you're moving the kettlebell from under your body, using your legs to over your head, using your arms. All right. So this makes your heart have to pump more blood, which improves your cardiovascular fitness and cardiovascular health. And therefore it keeps heart disease at bay, hopefully, right? Heart disease is the number one killer of men in the United States and indeed the world. And I think it's probably pretty close to being the number one killer of women as well. I'm more concerned with men because, hey, I'm a guy. So no offense to you ladies out there who may be watching this. Okay. So what does a clean and press translate to? It translates to having more energy or stamina, whatever you want to call it, throughout your day. Okay, makes sense so far? All right, we got two more. Let's take a look at number 9. So this one is an interesting one. Hold on, need some more of that Berkey water. I don't get paid from Berkey for promoting their water. It's good water though. Okay, so number 9. This is an interesting one, as I was saying. Research has demonstrated that explosive muscular actions or contractions make your body more insulin sensitive, right? So what that means is you can use more sugar as fuel, which means you can eat more carbs and not store them as fat, especially around the middle. That's the basic definition, okay? The clean is also an explosive muscular contraction of the hips and legs, which are the largest, most energy-hungry muscles in your body. So if we had to put a simple equation on there, more cleans equals more carbs. Okay, there you go. All right, number 10, last one. Okay, research has also confirmed that large compound movements like the clean produce a large post-exercise spike in your anabolic hormones, most noticeably growth hormone, testosterone, and IGF-1, okay, which have been shown, those hormones, the anabolic hormones, are shown to burn fat and build muscle, especially in guys, okay? In fact, this is such a powerful stimulus, the clean and press, or the double clean and press, that 20th century old performing strongman, Sig Klein, believed that double clean and press, and he's talking about a pair of dumbbells. I don't know why he didn't talk about a pair of kettlebells, but I think it holds true equally, if not more so, for a pair of kettlebells because of the extra range of motion you can get by swinging them under the legs. He believed that this double clean and press was the secret behind the success of the early European weightlifting champions. In fact, Sig even issued his famous challenge, the Sig Klein challenge, which was take a pair of 75-pound dumbbells and clean and press them 12 times consecutively without stopping. Okay, so that's a combined total of 150 pounds for my kilogram friends. What is that? That's just under 70 kilos. It's about 68 kilos. Now, what's also interesting is when Sig issued that challenge, he himself was able to complete the challenge, and he weighed 155 pounds. So that's a tremendously significant strength to body weight ratio. So it's one thing to clean and press your body weight, or within 5 pounds of your body weight one time, but to do it 12 times, right? The proof of the pudding is in the eating, as they say. So I think that the Sig Klein challenge is a great long-term goal to shoot for. In the meantime, you should just shoot for your body weight, right, times 1 rep, and maybe even 70% of your body weight for 1 rep. So if you're a 200-pound guy, what you're looking at is roughly about 32 kilo kettlebell in each hand, right? So that's more than enough work for your average guy. And actually, truth be told, that's more than enough work for your above average guy. All right. So best part about this, as you can see from my top 10 list, is clean and press works pretty much every area of your body. And like I was just about to say, the best part of this was distracted by some noise upstairs. I'm down here filming this in the home office. Kiddos are upstairs making some noise. The best part about this is, training the clean and press with a pair of kettlebells does not take a large amount of time. You can do it in as little as 20 minutes, 3 times a day. 3 times a day, that'd be great. No, that's too much. I meant 3 times a week. There's that kiddo distraction there. So anyway, if you're interested in doing that, I put together a program or a series of programs called the Giant. It's based on the double kettlebell clean and press or the single kettlebell clean and press. But in this context, we're going to talk about it in the double kettlebell clean and press, because that's how most guys who have used it. So with a pair of kettlebells, and you can train in as little as 3 20-minute sessions a day and provide some pretty transformative results. So if you want to head on over to the strongfirst.com forum, the community forum over there, you'll find, if you do some digging, there's a post, a thread on there that is about 150 pages long. That's been on there since November of 2020. You can dig through there and just see what kind of results guys are getting with the Giant. And I'll leave a link below this video for you. And as always, hopefully you found this information helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a comment below in the section. And also, the YouTubers tell me I'm supposed to say this. I don't know exactly what it means, because I'm just a kind of a Luddite, but apparently you, if you did not know this, are supposed to hit the subscribe button so that you can be up to date on all these amazing kettlebell videos that I'm filming for you, okay? So if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button. Hey, and you know what? If you really like it, why don't you help me grow this channel? It'd be awesome. We can get this information into some of your friends' hands and some other guys just like us. So, if you found this information helpful, send this video over to a friend. Tell them to check it out and subscribe too. All right? All right. Hope you found this helpful. I will see you in the next video. Until then, stay strong.